It's already time for me to talk about another Stephen King book. If you didn't know, I'm reading all of his books in publication order, and today I'm going to talk about The Long Walk. This is actually a reread for me. I read this back at the beginning of the year before I decided to read all of his books in order. So this time around, I did listen pretty heavily to the audio version. It was still a good time, though. When I read this back in January, I gave it 3 stars, and I think I'm going to keep that rating this time, but we'll get to that in a bit. This was originally published in the 1970s under his Richard Bachman pen name, and it's a story about 100 young teenage boys who all voluntarily sign up for a competition where they have to outwalk one another. And when I say walk, they have to walk faster than 4 miles an hour until they are the last one standing. If you fall below 4 miles an hour more than 3 times in 1 hour, you're taken out of the race and just taken out. Going into the book, I thought that premise was pretty intense, but I also thought, can we really do that for 300 pages? Like, I thought I would be bored with this book, but I wasn't. I personally really enjoyed the structure of this book, where we kind of went in blind and figured things out as it was actually happening to the characters, while also getting to know the characters and seeing how they all meet one another and, begin to pair up and have enemies and all this stuff, all while they are literally walking through their socks and their shoes. But like I said, I only gave this one 3 stars, and I don't know that I would recommend this to everyone. If you've never read a Stephen King book, I don't think this is the first one you should pick up. And really, if you're not an existing fan of his works, I don't know that you would enjoy this one. Some things I'll say that I didn't really care for in this one. The chapters were a little bit long for my liking. I'm used to his very short chapter structure, but it was fine. The other thing that I didn't like, there aren't very many female characters in this book, but Stephen King gets a lot of flack about his ability to write women, especially in his earlier works, and I kind of agree on this one. He didn't do a good job with the female characters that were in this book. Either way, this book does set one record for me. It's the first time I've read the same book twice in the same calendar year, so that's cool, I guess. Okay, bye.